It is I, the great Spider-Man. Swing from thy web. Fuck. My roommates are gonna fucking kill me. What is up, YouTube? Doodle Boy here. So this is my review on the movie Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, Spider-Man Far From Home was actually a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. It was very fun, action-packed. There was only a few times in it where I found myself bored, and it was just generally entertaining all the way through. All of the actors did their part very well. Yet again, the relationship between Peter Parker and his Aunt May was very believable. It didn't feel cringy at all. Jake Gyllenhaal is easily the best part of this movie. Him playing Mysterio is just awesome. I mean, he is such a convincing, cheesy superhero at the beginning, and then after the big twist, he is yet again very convincing as a liar, a manipulator, and someone who's trying to create a giant illusion of themselves, of the world in general. I mean, he really got this role spot on. Now, there's a lot of ass chasing in this movie, and by ass chasing, I mean Happy is chasing Aunt May's ass the entire movie. I mean, just obviously trying to get with her every scene you see them in together. And he blatantly does it in front of Peter. It's actually kind of hilarious. Speaking of chasing ass, Peter Parker does a lot of that himself in this movie. I mean, that really seems to be the theme of this movie. Actually, there's two themes. Theme 1, chasing ass, and theme 2, illusions. I mean, throughout the entire movie, if it's not about the ass chasing, it's about what you see not being real. So this film starts off with Peter and his class about to go on a summer vacation to Europe. Peter has this grand plan that he's gonna get a Black Dahlia necklace and give it to MJ on the Eiffel Tower when they're in France. And of course, this plan does not work out. It goes awry in every way possible. The first place the class visits is Venice. And in Venice, that's where you get the first look at these elementals. And when we get introduced to this giant water elemental, a man comes flying in to save the day, and eventually he goes by the name of Mysterio. Now, the character of Mysterio at the beginning is actually a pretty convincing hero. He's cool looking, but cheesy at the same time, like a hero should be. I mean, he's flashy, got the green smoke coming out of his hands, got the fucking fishbowl on his head with a big-ass cape. I mean, he's everything a hero should be. Peter is pretty much powerless towards this water elemental. It's really up to Mysterio to defeat it, and after that, Peter starts to really have these internal struggles with his amount of power and whether or not he is worthy of carrying these glasses that Tony Stark gave him. Now, these glasses are a piece of smart tech that Tony Stark developed. They go by the name of EDITH, which is an acronym. The acronym is for Even Dead, I'm the Hero. Once Peter hits rock bottom and really feels powerless, he eventually decides to give Mysterio these EDITH glasses. And once he does that, it is revealed, the big reveal, that Mysterio is not a hero. He is actually a man that worked for Tony Stark in the past, developing illusion tech, and that all of these elementals were just an illusion, that Mysterio was creating them and fighting them to be the next big hero. He wants to be in the spotlight, and in reality, his only power is that he uses technology that he developed to create illusions. Now, these illusions are full of drones. So if the elemental looks like it's knocking down a building, in reality, the drones inside of the illusion are using different guns and flamethrowers and, sound projectiles and all sorts of different things to do the destruction. So it's actually quite convincing, but in reality, all of these things are just illusions. Now, when Peter figures this out, he decides to confront Mysterio, and Mysterio just whoops his ass. I mean, he puts him in a genjutsu like something out of Naruto. I mean, Peter is stuck in this world of different trippy ass shit going on, getting his ass kicked. And eventually in this genjutsu, he sees a zombie version of Iron Man. And Mysterio's just saying shit like, "You're not worthy. If it wasn't for you, he'd still be alive." And at the end of this giant illusion, when Peter finally comes to, he's standing right in front of a train, and the train just plows him down. Now, Mysterio thinks this kills Peter, but in reality, Peter does not die, and the train carries him all the way to the Netherlands. Once in the Netherlands, Happy comes on his jet, picks Peter up, they have a heartfelt moment, and then Happy decides, "Peter, you need a new suit." And on this jet is kind of a suit customization machine where Peter can pick all of the different things from all of his different suits that he wants for this specific fight against Mysterio. And then the suit is kind of 3D printed right there on the ship. During this badass sequence of Peter making his new suit and Happy driving the jet over to where Mysterio is so Peter can go save his friends and save the world, it's playing a track by AC/DC to remind you of Iron Man. And they throw out the old joke where Peter goes, "I love Led Zeppelin." I mean, that was really cheesy. I have to be honest. That old fucking cliche joke where AC/DC plays and you say it's Led Zeppelin. I mean, I've heard it a million times. Now, the final fight between Spider-Man and Mysterio is actually pretty cool. Peter finds his way inside of the illusions. He figures out that if you get inside of the illusion itself, you can see the drones that are projecting it. Then all he has to do is destroy the drones, and the illusion disappears. Now, this scene goes on for a little bit too long. I mean, Spider-Man swinging around, destroying drones for 15 minutes. It just wasn't very cool to me. I mean, there were so many cool parts of this movie, and for the finale's first half to just be Spider-Man destroying drones, it was just underwhelming. Once Peter has driven Mysterio into a corner, they have their final confrontation. And that is where Peter ends up somehow having one of the drones kill Mysterio. I mean, he dies. He doesn't get put in jail. I mean, you see him die. And after that, Peter gets back the Edith glasses. And this is kind of a plot hole to me, because when Peter gave the glasses to Mysterio, he had to sign over the glasses to Mysterio because he was the owner at the time. So it seemed to me that Mysterio would have had to have signed the glasses back over to Peter, but that never happened. Peter just kind of took them back, and all of a sudden, the glasses listened to him again. After the finale and Mysterio is defeated, you finally get to have that cheesy kiss scene between Peter Parker and MJ. And it's satisfying, it's awkward, it's everything it should be. It felt real, it didn't feel forced whatsoever, and I enjoyed it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this doodle review of Spider-Man Far From Home. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. Alright guys, if you could just like, comment, and subscribe, all that BS, that'd be great. I'll see y'all later. It is I, the great Spider-Man.